Good evening and welcome. You're watching Newsbreak with me, Sanket Upadhyay. Today, just breaking away from the news wheel, we decided to get you two surveys that have been done. Survey number 1 is on the jobs most popular, but survey number 2 is the jobs people regret. Now, this is interesting, isn't it? Well, these are two separate surveys and we are going to show you the findings on the screen right now. So the first survey, which has been carried out by the US News and World Report, it's actually a report. It tells you the top 10 jobs in demand in the year 2023. What sort of jobs are people demanding or where are their vacancies? Number 1, IT sector, software developer. That's in high demand. Job number 2, and this is very, very interesting because in the wake of COVID and then sudden increase in mind space for a need for healthcare related jobs, a nurse practitioner. Number 3 in this rating, medical and health services manager. So many jobs related to the health sector. Number 4, physician assistant. Number 5, information security analyst. Now all of this may have something or something to do with COVID. Information security analyst. Number 6, a physical therapist. Number 7, a financial manager. These are jobs that are going to be in demand in 2023. Number 8, an IT manager. So IT and health dominate the top 8. Number 9, web developer. And number 10, just in case you want healthy teeth, a dentist. Right? So these are the top 10 jobs in demand in 2023. Now this is a list of the jobs most popular. Let's now also get you a list of the jobs people regret doing. And I think that is a message for all of us maybe. I don't know. I certainly don't fall in that 87% category. The Georgetown University on Education and Workplace, and these are surveys and reports outside of India. This is not a survey for India, but it kind of, in this global order, world order, it kind of gives you a sense of what the world is thinking. So 10 most regretted degrees is the degree of journalism, which lands you a job in journalism. And then when people take up this job, 87% of the respondents to this survey say, we regret getting that degree in journalism. Number 1. Number 2, sociology. 72% people regretted doing this course and subsequently getting a job. Number 3, the liberal arts, tying with number 2 at 72% people expressing their regret. Number 4 is any job related to communication. 64% of the respondents say that a communications related course or a degree led to a job which they later regretted. Number 5, anything to do with education. 61% of people regretted pursuing that as a career option. Marketing management plus research, 60% of the people regretted. This is according to the Georgetown University Education and Workforce Survey, not conducted in India. I am repeating this again and again. Number 7, clinical assisting, 58% people regretted this. Number 8, for all those political junkies and those interested in the functioning of the government, any degree related to that, 56% people regretted. 9th, biology, 52% people regret getting a degree in this stream. And number 10, English language and literature, 52% people regret pursuing this as a career and getting a degree in that field. What sort of idea does this give you about jobs most popular and degrees that people pursue and the jobs that they pursue and then later regret? What sense does this give you and how much of this is applicable in the context of India? Let me quickly introduce Rituparna Chakravarti, co-founder and executive director at TeamLease Services. Rituparna, let me start by asking you, do you like your job or do you also regret it like most of these people?
Wow, you started by putting me on the spot. But
well, look at journalism. 82% people regret.
Yeah, my sympathies with you, surely, Sanket, seeing that. But I think my perspective is very different. My perspective is that we live in a world where we don't have to regret any of our choices or past choices when it comes to education, reskilling and upskilling. So the good news is that if you still feel, and first and foremost, a lot of our choices and decisions at that time or when we made those choices were driven by the mahal or the environment that we lived in in those days. And yes, of course, the world keeps changing, and so does what people demand, and what kind of job roles that are in demand keeps changing. But thankfully, we live in an era and we live in a time, thanks to internet, technology, bandwidth availability, where we always have an option to reskill ourselves. So why live with regret when you can obviously make amends? But I'm actually surprised by some of the skill set that I saw featured in the study done in the US. Like liberal arts, I personally feel that it holds a huge future and why liberal arts? Because the world which is increasingly getting templatized, codified. I think creativity, being able to visualize out of the box is essentially a future, and essentially where a lot of the sought after skill set will revolve around.
But
so I don't think...
what if people live with this existence that in the real world, this is not a skill set that is required or is honored or appreciated, and thus the regret?
I totally get it. Sometimes I do get it, but my point is that sometimes rather than expecting that recognition, if there are certain course corrections and amendments and job relevancy that been keeping in mind or sticking to the core that we are currently engaged in, it's probably helpful. I think one of the missing things, Sanket, today is that, some of the biggest lies that we live with is the fact that there is an endpoint for education. So we got a degree and we felt that that essentially is a ticket to lifelong source of livelihood, growth, prosperity. Clearly, that's not the world that we live in today. So
let me ask you this question. See, this is a study in the United States, Rituparna. What is your assessment of the situation here in India? Do you feel that people are more open to reskilling, learning, because obviously there is a huge problem that we battle with, which is unemployment, which continues to be a big challenge. You look at the CMIE data where it keeps going up and down.
I think India is a young country, and by design and it's a country where more and more the youth are clearly expressing their aspirations from a livelihood perspective. And I would err on the side of saying that Indian youth are ready to make that investments in skilling if they are given the opportunity, if they get those breaks, if they are made aware of those optionalities, they're willing to go that extra mile to kind of get into job roles. We see redundancies in India. We've noticed that over the last 2-3 years at frequent intervals. But we've also shown the resilience shown by this youth to quickly, figure out. And most of the figuring out is by reskilling, restructuring, upskilling themselves to different other job roles where they can actually build a career in. So I personally feel the fact that we are a younger country and a younger nation, we are hungry, we have high aspirations is what's leading relatively. I don't think we've achieved perfection, but relatively the youth in India is far more open to kind of get themselves reskilled.
So this mid-career change and reskilling, you feel that that Indians are more adept or they adapt more? Is this based on your assessment, or is this for real, or is this what we think we should be?
Look, we are in the business of employment and employability, Sanket, and it's our essentially we've also become the conduit between organizations and the youth. So if it was not happening, we would have been completely unable to get matching going as the demands from organizations are changing for skilling, right? So it's not that we are completely unable now to provide the organizations the kind of skill sets that they're looking at. And we do see on ground where many of the youth today are going that extra mile to get themselves a certificate course, or get themselves into an apprenticeship program to be able to. Is it happening all across the country with everyone? No, but it's encouraging signs so far. And I think India is definitely better off than US in this regard.
Last couple of questions. How much of this report would you bundle with the conversations around quiet quitting and great resignation and all those terms that have now become very popular in a post-COVID scenario? And at an institutional level, whether it is a company or the government, what needs to be done to perhaps be ahead of the curve as far as people hating their jobs and then, thinking of reinventing themselves?
Yeah, I think those are terminologies, thankfully, that come and go at the same pace. So while at some point we were talking about quiet quitting, great resignations, it's completely different, by the way, and it was largely restricted and limited to the technology organizations. Right now, it's a completely different picture. Attritions also are coming down in those same, because it's no more, that's not something that's happening. It's not that people are moving around with a resignation in their pocket. They have 5-6 jobs. So things change. Yeah, these are some of those fads which keep coming up. But as a better sense prevails, I think they also wean out. And then the second question, what should we do? I think the only way out is a culture of apprenticeship. I think every organization and everyone should invest. I know it's a term which we think we kind of socially look down upon, but honestly, the secret to us being resilient and successful and always being ahead of the curve is to have a vibrant culture of apprenticeship. I mean, look at some of the more resilient economies. The underlying core of their workforce is that very high percentage of their workforce actually come from apprenticeship, dual apprenticeship, and the likes.
That's interesting. Okay. Rituparna Chakravarti, thank you so much. You keep enjoying what you're doing, and I will continue to enjoy what I'm doing. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanket.
Thank you. All right, some breaking news coming in at this moment. Delhi court has denied bail to Shankar Mishra. He was accused of urinating on an elderly woman on a New York-Delhi Air India flight. Arvind Gunasekar now joins us with all the latest. Arvind, can you tell us what exactly happened?
Sanket, the Delhi court has denied bail for Shankar Mishra, who is accused of urinating on an elderly woman. So, after the Delhi court rejected the plea of Delhi police for custodial interrogation or police remand in this particular case, Shankar Mishra had moved a bail plea before the Delhi court, and today, after a detailed hearing, the Delhi court has pronounced its order, wherein the court has denied bail for Shankar Mishra on 3 important grounds. One, the court has said that the alleged act of Shankar Mishra in itself is sufficient to say that he outraged the modesty of any woman. That's the ground one. The second ground is that the accused is very influential, and if it is left out on bail, then he may try to influence the case and also the witness in this particular case. And also the court has also gone to an extent saying that the conduct of the accused in this particular case does not inspire confidence to grant him bail, because he may try to influence the witness in this particular case. The very important argument of his counsel was that there has to be an intention under Section 354A or B for outraging the modesty of a woman, and in this particular case, his counsel told the court that there was no intent to outrage the modesty of any woman, but the court has held that the alleged act of the accused prima facie shows that there was a clear case of intention, and that's why the court is saying that because he's influential, his conduct, especially evading the investigation, shows that does not inspire confidence, and that's why the court has denied him bail, rejected his bail plea.
All right, Arvind Gunasekar, many thanks for all the updates. Moving on now, and let's get you reports from Uttarakhand. This is from Joshimath, where our colleague Saurabh Shukla is there, and he is getting us on camera the trail of destruction. Never before seen footage from various parts of Joshimath, where you can see on camera the gap with each passing day widening. So in a situation like this, what exactly is the government doing, and the efforts that are being taken right now, are they enough? Let's take a look at these reports.
Now we are about to show the visuals, the most horrific visuals of Joshimath, where destruction has started. We are inside the JP's residential complex, which is situated just above JP's power plant. And this is the badminton court. And you can see the destruction here at this badminton court. The net is there, and see the land subsidence. The gap is almost 2 feet. This half part of this badminton court has gone down. The crack was a few centimeters on 1st of January, but now the crack is above 2 feet. And you can see the mud is very dry. So this is the main reason of land subsidence in Joshimath. That mud is dry, and officials are not able to find from where this water is coming inside the mountain, the muddy mountain, which is the main cause of land subsidence. And we are showing the exclusive visuals from inside this badminton complex. A wall has fallen down. In Joshimath, we have shown the visuals, the houses where cracks are there. But here, the walls have started coming down, and this wall, the entrance wall has come down. You can see that pillar is about to fall. That door has come down. Apart from that, look at this wall. This right wall of this court. It is just tilted. It can come down any time. So destruction has started from JP's residential complex, and officials, the experts are saying that this will happen to Joshimath also, because the cracks are a few centimeters, and the cracks will definitely get widened. And the main reason again, this mud is very dry. This mud is dry. This mud is very dry. This is the prime reason of this land subsidence. This is the exclusive visuals we are showing our viewers from JP's residential complex, and there is water which is coming from the mountain. Experts are still trying to find out the source of that water, and we'll just go out and show you that water which is coming down from the mountain, on which this whole JP's residential complex is situated. This is the water, and experts are trying to find out from where this water is coming. And a lot of people, not officially, unofficially, saying that this water is the prime cause of land subsidence here in Joshimath. And apart from this is the cracks. These are the cracks on the complex, residential complex, and this water is coming. This is the muddy water. You will see if you visit mountains, Uttarakhand, the water which comes down from this mountain, it is usually fresh water, transparent water, but this is the muddy water. And somebody is saying there is some internal glacier, some rock has come down from this water is coming, and this water is the prime cause of land subsidence, and it is making the mud dry, and that is why land subsidence. So as we've been reporting, this whole Joshimath is a ticking bomb, and destruction has started happening here. This will happen to the houses, 731 houses, which are under the red zone of Joshimath. Anything can happen anytime, because weather is also getting bad. There's some drizzling, and if it rains, it's going to make situation worse for the people of Joshimath. In Joshimath, with Pawan Kumar, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV. Now we are about to show our viewers some worrying pictures from Joshimath's JP's power plant, where inside the JP's power plant and the housing society of JP, and we are going to show you the pictures. This is the red zone, and the destruction has started happening here. Just see the cracks. The wall is breaking. Paint is coming down. Stones are coming down, and you can see how bad it is. The cracks are getting wider with every passing moment. And look at the floor. Look at the gap on the floor. And these are the stones which have fallen from the roof. Look at that. Look at that. The crack, the corner. This building can come down any time from now, and it is getting worse. We've been told that these walls and floor have developed crack on 3rd of January. Now the whole colony has been evacuated, and this is the wall of this housing colony, and look at the cracks. You can just put your full hand inside these cracks and you can put the second hand as well. So this is the crack we are showing, and it is getting wider. This wall can go down any time, any moment, and Joshimath is a ticking bomb now. We are just seeing what is about to happen to this whole Joshimath. This is the housing society of JP, and look at this corner. Look at this corner right here in this housing society. It is going down. It has cracked. This whole floor has cracked, and look at the windows. Windows have come down. Look at that wooden part. It is just going down. This wall, just one push from hand, this wall will go down. And according to the officials, authorities in Joshimath, they are saying this whole JP society may go down, may be the first building to go down. That is why it has, the people from here, they have been evacuated. People have been told not to come inside the building. We've been allowed for the first time to show the visuals from the JP society, from the JP's power plant, that how bad the situation is here in JP as well. We'll just show you the washroom of this this mess, this dining area, and which has just gone down. The floor has gone down. Look at the visuals. Look at the visual. The floor has gone down. This is the visuals we are showing from the JP's housing society, and the cracks, the walls have cracks all over. The floor has gone down and is going down, and authorities are very much concerned. They have vacated the locality in and around this whole JP's power plant and JP's housing society. They are worried about the safety of the people, but these pictures show that how bad the situation in Joshimath. In Joshimath with Pawan Kumar, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV. Joshimath जो शहर है वो धीरे धीरे धंस रहा है। धंसने का कारण अब तक पता नहीं चल पाया है, लेकिन आगे ना धंसे इसके लिए मुख्यमंत्री ने सभी निर्माण कार्यों, हाईवे पर जो काम चल रहा है उस पर, एनटीपीसी में जो काम चल रहा है उस पर रोक लगाने के आदेश दिए। लेकिन सोचिए, हम इस वक्त जोशीमठ में हैं और जोशीमठ के ठीक बाहर शुरुआत में जहां पर रोक है, ये बद्रीनाथ जोशीमठ हाईवे है, जहां पर आप देखेंगे, हमारे सहयोगी जूम करके दिखाएंगे आपको कि कैसे पहाड़ काटने का काम चल रहा है। ये क्रशर्स हैं जो आपको नजर आएंगे, जो पहाड़ का सीना छलनी कर रहे हैं। सरकारी आदेश की अवहेलना हो रही है, और वो भी तब जब 731 घरों में दरारें पड़ गई हैं, हजारों लोग डर के साए में जी रहे हैं, मुआवजा ना मिलने के कारण तमाम लोग धरना प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, सरकार के हाथ पैर फूले हुए हैं, लोग विस्थापित हो रहे हैं, अपने घरों को छोड़ रहे हैं। जोशीमठ गम में है, आंसू में है, लेकिन फिर भी आप देखिए किस तरीके से ये जो स्टोन क्रशर हैं वो पहाड़ का सीना छलनी कर रहे हैं। और सोचिए कितना हानिकारक है ऐसे में, तब जब पहाड़ धंस रहा है, जोशीमठ धंस रहा है, और ऐसे में जिस तरीके से पहाड़ को ये खोदा जा रहा है, छलनी किया जा रहा है, ये कितना जानलेवा साबित हो सकता है। ऑल वेदर रोड के भी काम पर रोक लगाई थी सरकार ने, लेकिन देखिए रात के 2 बज रहे हैं, हमारे कैमरा पर्सन आपको दिखाएंगे, रात के 2 बज रहे हैं और 2 बजे लगभग 1:49 है, और 2 बजे किस तरीके से धड़ल्ले से काम चल रहा है ये देखिए। लोग रो रहे हैं कि अपनी गाढ़ी कमाई से बने घर उनको छोड़ के जाना पड़ रहा है, लोग विस्थापित हो रहे हैं। सरकार दिन रात कोशिश कर रही है कि किसी तरीके से लोगों को सुरक्षित जगहों पर ले जाया जाए, लेकिन वही सरकार, वही आदेश और आदेशों का पालन नहीं कराया जा रहा है, और कैसे पहाड़ यहाँ पर छलनी किए जा रहे हैं, पहाड़ों को तोड़ा जा रहा है, जिससे हम सब जोशीमठ में जो त्रासदी है उसके कदम कदम नजदीक आते जा रहे हैं।